Hi, I'm Laura. Thanks for checking out my review for Spirit Camera: The Cursed Memoir on videogamesblogger.com. I freely admit that I am a big scaredy cat. I don't watch horror movies, and I definitely never play horror video games. Horror games, more than anything else, scare the living daylights out of me. Fortunately, that didn't stop me from enjoying Spirit Camera: The Cursed Memoir. The story of the game started before I even turned on my 3DS. When I first opened the game's box, I saw The Diary of Faces. It looks like the school journal of a gothic art student that wound up in the hands of a mentally disturbed toddler who has access to copious amounts of ink. Put more simply, it's creepy as hell. When the game actually starts, we find out that this journal isn't just dirty and creepy, it's cursed. And my 3DS is no longer a gaming console, it's a magical camera. With this camera, I can see dead people. And not the Casper the Friendly Ghost type. Well, there is one friendly ghost, Maya, but she's still creepy and strangely overly elusive. Whenever she wants to talk to me, I have to look for her, kinda like my mother. Maya helps fill in some of the mysterious details about the journal. She's also pretty helpful in tracking down the malevolent spirits who, it just so happens, I can kill with my magical camera. The game is played almost entirely using the built-in camera functions and augmented reality features of the Nintendo 3DS. In order to play Spirit Camera, the area being played in needs to be very well lit, above and beyond just a lamp or an open window. The area needs to be very bright in order for the game to function correctly. That actually worked out in my favor because I kept looking away from the game because I kept getting scared. Having the bright lights on didn't let me get sucked into the horror. When I first started playing, the controls felt a bit awkward, but I think that's because I had not played very many augmented reality games. Once I got the hang of it, I realized it was pretty intuitive. The augmented reality actually works well. I was impressed, and the game was immersive enough to scare me pretty good at some points, but I do admit I am easily scared. Spirit Camera pulled me between two worlds. The real world using augmented reality camera, and a rickety old house where the spirits are trapped by a mysterious evil woman who wears black. Honestly, I don't know that I've ever seen an evil person wearing pastels, but the spirits called her the Woman in Black. The creepy haunted house contrasts even more from the real world because of how bright it needs to be for the augmented reality to work. Inside the house is very dark, gritty, and dirty, and basically terrifying to anyone who's easily scared like I am, or maybe a germaphobe. Most of the animation in the game was good, but I especially was impressed by a ghost hand that comes out of the journal and attacks. That part was especially realistic and very scary for me. The audio effects in this game are spot on. All the creepy wind blowing and leaves rustling and every other Halloween horror movie type sound effect that you can think of. Those effects, coupled with the ominous music, took the creepy atmosphere of the game and increased it tenfold. The voice acting, on the other hand, was somewhat mediocre and a little flat. Maya has the biggest speaking part, and unfortunately, her voice acting sounded less than authentic. Even assuming that a ghost would speak in a monotone voice, she wasn't devoid of emotion. It was more like she was incapable of expressing emotion properly. My favorite aspect of the game is the story and the adventure that the game presents in a world that immerses not only myself, but my environment into the game. I could definitely feel myself being pulled into the world, wanting to discover more about the mysterious evil lady and solve the mystery. The worst aspect of this game is Maya. I know, it probably sounds harsh, but I was so much more interested in solving the mystery than saving her eternal soul. I just couldn't see her value or appreciate her role in the game. She presented no motivation for me, and having to look around for her all the time got pretty annoying. The story mode was plenty for me, but in addition there are other modes that use the 3DS camera. If a player wanted, they could use the other modes such as Spirit Photography and Spirit Check to make up their own little mysteries. I think that would be kind of a fun thing to do for younger players who want to integrate the game into their own imagination play. With spirit photography, the camera can be used to take pictures and watch as creepy stuff shows up in the pictures. In Spirit Check, pictures can be taken of people near the player to see what evil spirits are lingering around them. I haven't had much experience with augmented reality games, as I said, but Spirit Camera proves to me that this technology provides the opportunity to make some very unique games. Not only is this an augmented reality game, it's also akin to the alternate reality games, which uses the real world to tell a fictional story. By using the real world around me, I became much more emotionally involved in the story. The feature where this is most striking to me is in the Spirit Challenge, which lets me fight a spirit with either my own face or the face of a friend. At first I thought this would be a silly joke, but after using my friend's face on a spirit, I actually felt sad after I defeated it. I was disturbed at the thought of having to vanquish my friend's evil spirit. It was unnerving, to say the least. Experiencing that kind of reaction says a lot about how Spirit Camera drew me into the game. I recommend this game to anyone who likes horror, alternate, or augmented reality games. Even though some aspects of this game, like the poorly translated title, are corny and the voice acting isn't all that great, the game provides an interesting and dynamic experience. Personally, I'm glad I own it, and it's a great game to play if I'm especially in the mood for a mystery. I don't recommend this game to very small children who are easily scared, but as I've mentioned before, I am an easily scared person and I was able to play this game. For a person who loves to be scared and lives for horror, this game might not be scary enough for you. The bright lights that are needed to play the augmented reality might kill the effect for a hardcore horror fan. So do you plan to pick up Spirit Camera? If you already own Spirit Camera, let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. Thanks for watching, love and peace from my PC to yours.